Your entire world is turned upside down and you're thinking about a woman. Even if you could remember the number, you'll never get through. Lost cell phone, changed numbers, whatever creates the fewest ripples. My name's Harry, by the way.
The fewest ripples. You freeze people. You froze my friend.
We need special authorization to do.
Poke around in people's brains. You make them think whatever you want.
Be quiet, David.
Can I get you something?
Just some water, please. We can't talk here. Meet me on the 4 p.m. boat, and I'll answer what I can.
All right, so let's talk about the film for a second. Got a chance to check the film out yesterday, and I like the film. It seems to border on the chance versus fate kind of concept. And, you know, your career has definitely taken off in recent times. So we want to know maybe if your feeling on your career and your personal success might be more of chance or more of fate, your views on that.
Well, I think your fate is, basically, your fate is, I'll put it this way. When I look at my life, there are many choices and sacrifices I had to make to get to where I am. Now, when all those choices line up, it equals your fate. So I think we're all destined for greatness. We're all fated to be something great. But you can make one wrong choice, go to the wrong party, and, you know, all of your greatness is going away. And that's your free will getting in the way of your fate.
Working with Matt Damon, his character plays a natural Brooklynite. You're from Brooklyn, my hometown.
Right.
Tell us what it was like working on a film that's centered around New York City, Brooklyn, making so many references to different parts of Brooklyn, and any experiences that might have been different from just the Hollywood scene?
It was great. I mean, shooting in New York is like, you know, icing on top of the cake because it's such a central character in the film. And it just, it influences everything you do as an actor with building a character. And, you know, Brooklyn is the planet, so it was always love. You know, I always love saying Brooklyn in a movie anytime I get the opportunity. You know, it's like, you know, it's my second home to New Orleans, so, you know, it was great being here and shooting this movie.
Cool. One of the things that stood out in the movie, the hat. The hat was a significant piece of the movie. I'm not going to give away too much information as of right now, but tell us a little bit about the significance of the hat as it compares to the movie and maybe possibly life.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, the hats were our keys. You know, the hats were our weapons. They're what help us in day-to-day life. You know, every time we were lost or we needed to make a move that we couldn't move, the hats are what gave us our advantage over the next person. You know, I love hats. I love bowlers. I love fedoras. I love postboy caps. I love them all. You know, I'm always sporting a buggy. So it was cool to be able to finally find a fedora and find someone who can pick out a fedora that worked well on my big-ass head.
Oh my God, what's happening to me? What's happening to me?
All you need to know, we're being chased. I need you to trust me. I need you to trust me. Okay, come on. Door. Find another door.
What's going on? What the hell is going on, David?
Okay, I'm sorry.
How did we just do that?
I'm so sorry.
How did we just do that?
These doors belong to the people who are chasing us.
Who are they?
I don't know what to call them, but they want to take you away from me.
So moving on to another note of the Vanity Fair 2011 Hollywood edition.
Right.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Last year, there was an absence of faces of color on that cover. This year, how does it feel for you to be that face and also that person that Vanity Fair and Hollywood may be pushing as the go-to guy to check out this year?
I mean, it feels good. It feels great, not so much being the face of color per se, but just being in a list of really, really good actors. You know, I think if you look at Rashida Jones and what she's been able to do with her career, you know, to be the only two people of color on the cover, I think it says a lot in the jobs that we're choosing and the way we choose to do those jobs. You know, it's a really good place to be right now in my career because it lets me know that I'm doing something right.
Okay, on a more serious note, it's been 6 years since the tragedy in Katrina.
Right.
We'd like to once again give you our condolences for the passing of your mom during that tragedy.
Thank you.
We know you travel back and forth and you're very active with helping the community in Katrina. Tell us your views on what you've seen over the 6 years, changes, things that haven't changed, and what you'd like to see change immediately.
You know, New Orleans is an amazing city, and it's a resilient city. And there's a certain level of pride in New Orleans right now that I haven't really seen anywhere else in any other city I've been to in America, because we realize what we have now and how close we were to losing it, and how close we are still to losing it, because New Orleans is still in a rebuilding process. But at no point in time does anyone or anything, or, you know, does anyone or anything hold more weight than the spirit of New Orleans? So everyone is expendable when it comes to the culture that has been developed in that city over the past, 150 some odd years. So, it's a great time to be back in New Orleans right now, and the city is living and bumping.
It's also Black History Month. Usually when we hear Black History Month, most people might say Martin Luther King, or they say Malcolm X. Tell us about someone that you studied, you consider very important during Black History Month that maybe a lot of the fans might not have known about, and tell us why.
When I was at Juilliard, I met a teacher by the name of Denise Woods, and she was my voice and speech teacher. And when I got to New York, I had a really thick Southern accent. And she was the first person to really sit me down and take time with me and introduce me to aspects and history in African American culture that I wasn't aware of. And, she took me uptown to Sylvia's. It was through her introduction that I met, certain artists like Leroy Campbell in Brooklyn, or heard of Dance Theater of Harlem, or even Alvin Ailey for the first time. So she really opened my eyes to a world of Black culture outside of New Orleans. And that's kind of what Black History Month represent for me, is just introducing and teaching those who don't know.
Okay. Now, in the past, you've played in the Notorious movie.
Right.
You played the character of Tupac. I know Morgan Creek Productions is working on a biopic, Tupac, slated tentatively for later on this year. What are your views on that, and is there any chance that we might see you reprised in the role of Tupac?
I don't know. That's Fuqua's movie. I haven't heard from Fuqua. I haven't talked to Fuqua. I don't know. But I think whoever plays that role, don't get caught up in what everyone don't get caught up in everyone else's perception of who Tupac was. He was an intellectual. He was a scholar. And if at any point in time you get caught up in this whole wannabe hardcore rapper, thug out tattooed aspect of it, you're missing the ball. Because he was also the kid who sat under the streetlight because he didn't have electricity in his house so he could read books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you miss that part of it, you're missing who he was.
Okay, well, I want to thank you today, sir, for an excellent interview.
Good
Film
to
was
see you.
excellent, and
Thank you, sir.